no way I'm introducing myself on my show again. You see that? The psychologists will probably diagnose me with impatience disorder. But hey, who am I to judge? They're probably right. I'm impatient. I am the least patient person you ever meet. Okay, so this is psychological illnesses overdiagnosed part 1. Now, this might be hard to believe, but the DSM-5 that is coming, it's a psychological handbook that is coming out of recently, is actually, that came out recently rather, is actually, funny thing is, there it has a number of psychological disorders which are just, my god, they're passing it. I feel they're blown out of proportion, and it's not just me that is saying it. Like, it's been said that virtually that it has a possibility of virtually turning every most normal human behaviors into psychological disorders, which is, it is weird. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is bad. Like, I feel like it's overdiagnosed. There are people who feel like it's not overdiagnosed. Do you think psychological illnesses are overdiagnosed?
No, I don't think they are. In fact, I think they're.
I don't know. You tell me. You think they're what?
I think they're dismissed in African society. People dismiss them for either being karma or a curse.
Okay. So in Africa they're underdiagnosed.
Yeah.
In the States though they're overdiagnosed, right?
Perhaps.
Yeah, they're most definitely overdiagnosed. Yeah. In fact, Africans are not supposed to. I don't know. I feel like we don't have this shit, man.
Yes and no. Yes, because it will be dependent on who is doing diagnosis. Say, if somebody who is not trained to diagnose, if they diagnose, then it will be something else, so there will be overdiagnosis. But no, if the person who is diagnosing is qualified and they are using the proper criteria, because as we have said, we have DSM that we use to diagnose. So if I diagnose, I must show what I used to say that this person is having this disorder. So that is why I'm saying no. So, but it is dependent on who is diagnosing. So, and if as a psychologist I misdiagnose or I say somebody is sick and they are not, I'm doing what we call malpractice, and it is not allowed. In our profession, we are supposed to protect life. So there is something we call beneficence and non-maleficence. We should not do any harm. We should always work for the benefit of the client. So if a qualified psychologist is doing diagnosis, I don't think there will be misdiagnosis. But because there are so many other people who may be doing the diagnosis, that is why I would say there could be now the overdiagnosis.
As long as you're not, sorry to say, normal, it's mental. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay.
Please repeat the question.
The question is, are mental illnesses overdiagnosed? Like, are there some of them that should not be referred to as mental illness?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, some of them like perfectionist. Is that mean it's I don't think so.
Mental illnesses. I won't say they are, because mental illnesses, most of them, or rather if not drug related as perceived, most of them are sort of chronic, yeah, and so I won't say it's an overdiagnosis, because at least people have to be trained on how to handle their relatives or friends once they get sort of attacked, or rather if they get affected in one way or another. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily overdiagnosed.
Overdiagnosis and underdiagnosis is dependent on who is actually diagnosing. Because sometimes you can go to a psychologist or someone who claims that they're a psychologist, just because you've been signed for 2 days or 3, they'll say you have depression, yet that's not the case.
Do you think mental illnesses are overdiagnosed?
No, it's actually underdiagnosed.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, like, I feel like they're overdiagnosed. I don't know why, but I actually think they're overdiagnosed.
No, they're actually underdiagnosed. Like in Africa, people think that maybe anxiety or depression just comes like that. It's actually a series of events that happen for a person to be depressed. But then now Africans think that in the snap of a finger, can be.
You
Can be
get over
cured.
that. Isn't
You
it
can
true?
get out of it.
You just have to go play or go get smacked in the face or
No,
something.
no. It has to be mental treatment.
So you have to see a counselor, you have to see a psychologist.
Yeah, you have to see
You have
psychologist,
to
psychiatrist,
you have to take
whatever.
medication.
Yeah.
Damn, we're so disagreeing on that point, man. What is cool? It's cool.
People who misdiagnose or just label people name, they usually don't understand what it means to call someone has depression or someone has this or that condition. So mostly I say who is the person diagnosing it. Yeah.
Personally, I feel like there are certain disorders that we have out there that can be treated at home. You don't have to take drugs. You just need to talk to someone. Okay, maybe that talking to someone is the same thing you do talking to yourself. Oh Jesus! But anyhow, point is this: there is no way on earth that someone crying about a dead cat should be a psychological disorder. It cannot cause depression. Even if you're depressed, man, get over it. People die, things die, man. What the hell? You know what? Just stay tuned. I'll be right back.